Grow My Cleaning Company teaches owners of cleaning companies just like you how to grow your company, make more money, and finally take charge of your financial future and your life. This podcast is about automating and creating systems that give you time and money freedom so you can grow like crazy without losing control. Since this is totally free, if you're getting tons of value, want to support us, and make sure that you get more of the good stuff, subscribe, rate, and review to this podcast today. Now, on to the show. So good to have you here. Today, we are talking about how to deal with what to do when you lose an account. And I got to tell you, the lovely Anna, our director of operations, has been giving me feedback on just what she's hearing from you guys. So make sure you reach out to us at support@growmycleaningcompany.com or go to the Facebook group. Just let us know what's going on with your world, and we want to make sure we do topics that you guys and gals love. So based on what you guys and gals have been telling Anna, when I've been kind of hearing on the street, today we are going to talk about what to do when you lose an account. We all know that, and there's two pieces to that. One, we all know that bad customers can make you crazy, right? One bad customer can take up more time and energy and frustration than 20 good customers. But the problem is when you lose accounts, good or bad, hey, buddy, it can kill your growth. So the thing that we take into account is when your boat is leaking, it is really hard to keep afloat, right? If you're putting water in as fast as it's leaking out a hole, it's really hard to grow. And that's what kind of happens when we are losing accounts in our cleaning business. So one of the best things I found, and again, I've had car dealerships and construction companies, obviously a cleaning company. And when I went to decide who I was going to serve, a big part of the reason, aside from just loving you guys, this is an amazing community, was the recurring revenue, right? When I had my car dealership, every month we'd start, $50,000 or $100,000 or whatever it costs to open the doors on that thing in any given month in the hole, right? And we had to kind of sell. And hopefully sometime before the 30th, we'd sell enough cars to pay our bills and maybe even keep a nickel for ourselves. The beautiful thing, DJ says, made it live as opposed to Facebook being fickle. Facebook will be fickle on you sometimes. One of the best, same with the construction company, so many businesses are, what have you done for me lately, right? It's just so frustrating in terms of I had a good month, I had a bad month, and sometimes you make money, sometimes you lose money. It is devastating. With a cleaning business, once you've got a nice book of business, 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 grand per month, that business, you've got a reasonable expectation it's going to keep coming in, right? You don't have to keep reselling them. Every other business I've been in, you'd make a sale and you do the work or provide the service and hopefully make some money. And then you try and do it again and hope that you can keep repeating. The cleaning business is lovely that you can make a sale once, and as long as you don't screw up, they tend to keep coming. So if I did 30,000 this month and I've got 30,000 recurring customers, maybe I do 28.5. If I lose one, maybe I get one I do 31, 32. Maybe I get some floor work or something, I do 35. But it's not going to be this like 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 back down to 10, which can absolutely kill your cash flow, kill your spirits, kill your employees' spirits. It's terrible. So one of the best things about owning a cleaning company or a cleaning business is the recurring revenue. But if you're losing accounts consistently, you kind of are really trying to do a difficult business, and you're taking one of the biggest good parts about it and throw it in the garbage. So it's a really important thing. So before we jump into the what to do when you lose the customers and how to handle it, we want to get really clear. It is not always bad to lose an account. Whether you fire them or they quit, some accounts are really good to lose. And there's three main reasons. I'm just going to say you want to lose an account, right? That sounds strong. Like, I don't want to lose any accounts. Well, there's some that you should want to lose even if you don't know it. We're going to talk about that. Then we're going to talk about what to do when you lose a good account. So I want to make a clear distinction. Every account is not the same, right? Losing an account could be good, could be bad. Depends on the account. Whereas, Jason says, amen, get the junk out. So we really, first and foremost, when we lose a customer, we want to clearly put them in that category. Were they a bad customer, in which case we're going to react one way, or were they a good customer, in which case we're going to react in a completely different way. So the three reasons it would be good to lose a client is, one, if they're not a core values match. For us, our core values are have fun, make money, be real, and help out. So if someone was constantly lying to us about things, that wouldn't be being real. That'd be violating core value. If they were constantly yelling at my employees or being rude to them, that's not at all having fun, and it's not making money for anyone. So there's Bunny's like, I've already got a client in mind. I have a feeling some people are going to go and fire clients right after this broadcast, which would be great. If you do, reach out to us and let us know how it goes in the Facebook group. So if they're not a core values match and they quit or you fire them, that's a win, not a loss. If they don't pay enough, this is a brutal thing when sometimes customers aren't profitable, and we walk through exactly what that looks like in the clean profit method. And I ask people to raise their prices and they say, well, they might quit or they might get mad. Well, two things. One, if they quit, but they're not profitable, that's just fine. We only care if they quit if they're profitable, right? They're only actually customers if they're profitable. If you're trading time for money, right? They're $1,000 customer, and with cost of goods sold and overhead, they cost you $1,000 a month. They're not really a customer, right? If it costs you $1,001 a month, they're your customer. You're paying them for the privilege of cleaning. So if they don't pay enough, they can't hurt you. If they quit because you raise prices, that's just fine, right? Because they weren't a customer in the first place. They were just taking up a bunch of your time without paying, right? And then there's the other that's my least favorite. And again, when you go through the clean profit method, if you follow the systems we teach, you'll never deal with this. But the ones that don't pay at all, you're constantly getting late payments. You're having to chase and beg for your own money. So those are the three. If they're not a course values match, if they don't pay enough, or if they don't pay at all, right? You're constantly begging for your money and they won't pay, or they're super late. We can let them go, no fear. Okay. So now that for the rest of the broadcast, we're going to be talking about when a good customer quits. Okay. So if any of the people that meet this criteria, either you fire them or they quit, we don't do any of this stuff. We wish them good riddance, and that's a good thing. Okay. So now we're going to talk about good customers that are a core values match. They do pay a profitable rate and they pay on time. Okay. Now we're going to talk about how to deal with that. So first of all, when they lie about you, you have to set them straight. Wrong. Everybody thinks that, right? If they go on Yelp or on Google or wherever, with social media, that's the fear we have is, oh my gosh, somebody's going to talk crap about us. Two things. One, the best way to not worry about people talking crap, because I guarantee if you Google my camping, grow my cleaning company, scam or lie, whatever, I'm guessing, I don't know, I never seem to find any, but I'm guessing one or two might come up. The good news is we've got over 100 people on video, on Facebook posts, on emails going, thank you. You changed my life. You're amazing. So the best way to deal with the bad, because what happens is sometimes we are afraid we'll get a bad review, and we're so terrified that we let the fear control us and we don't run our business properly. It is okay, and we don't love bad reviews, but we're okay with them. The best way to get over a bad review is just to bury it with 20 good reviews, okay? So as long as you're kicking ass and taking names, you've got a good system to get your clients to encourage you. A bad review's okay, right? We never want one, but you don't have to be held hostage by it. The only time that you're held hostage, that's the only review out there, and you don't have kind of any input on the conversation, that's a problem. I love it. Some of my favorite things are Facebook groups or just out on the interwebs. I'll see somebody say something less than positive about me, and I, start getting pissed off or hurt my feelings hurt or whatever. And then 27 of my people come in and be like, screw you, Mike's the best. That is absolutely the best. So that's what you want to do, is create such value with your community that they won't tolerate any, TJ says, Mike Campion talks crap. Well, that's true. I'd argue with that I could, TJ, but I can't. So the trick to that is make sure if we get a bad review, you got 20 good ones on top of it, you're good. Because then what happens is the bad review looks like a crazy person, right? When they suck and blah, blah, blah. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, Jason's the best. He's so sweet. Their people go above and beyond. You get 20 of those. The one guy that says Jason's kick my puppy or something, he looks crazy, which is exactly what we want. All right. That said, the belief that we've got to kill immediately is when these people lie about me and say that my people stole and I wouldn't call them back, but I did call them back, and they said that I overcharged them, but I refunded. You're all this drama, right? Which is going to happen, and they're going to tell their story, their side of the story. It's going to make you furious because a lot of times they'll just flat out lie, and you're going to want to tell your side of the story. That is never the right response. The right response is always two things. One, get more good reviews, problem solved. Two, I'm so sorry you had that experience, whomever. Obviously, we're not in the business to make our customers feel bad or be upset like you are. Please reach out to me personally so I can get this fixed as soon as possible. Now, that does a couple of things. First of all, many of the sites that you go on, there's only two kinds. One that will allow kind of ongoing discussion, which is the last thing you want. And the other where they can make a comment and you can make a response and then it's over. This response I just gave you is going to work in both. If they allow you to go back and forth, you always look crazy. Because when you deal with crazy, right? If I accuse you of kicking puppies, there's really no non-psycho way to respond to that, because just by addressing it, you sound like a crazy person. So we want to avoid that. So you don't go, well, I didn't do this, I did, and then they come back, and then now it's an ongoing debate, and everyone outside of the debate, which is who we're really talking to, because the crazy person, if they're already lying about you, we don't want them back anyway. We're really worried about the people that are looking in on this conversation. So as soon as you start debating with them, it goes back and forth, you just engage with crazy. It's like my 4-year-old. When he screams at me, the one thing he wants me to do is scream back at him. So I'm down to 4-year-old level, and now we're in a screaming match when I'm just like, wait a second, I'm an adult. I have everything. You have nothing. Anything good in life comes through me. If I want you to not have toys or a bed or anything nice, I can do that. I don't need to scream at you. Same with the customer, right? We can just do that. So if they do allow you to go back and forth, you can avoid that completely. And if they don't, you come out looking great. And if they come back and go, F you, I called you, blah, blah, blah. Same thing. I am so sorry. What can we do? Yeah, TJ made a really good point. He said it better than I did. Bad reviews aren't the problem. It's how you respond that makes them bad. Don't argue ever. That is absolutely right. See, I got to have TJ on live. He absolutely crushed it. Bad reviews are not a problem. It's how you respond. So no matter how wrong they are or how vindicated you think you will be by torching them online, the response is always, I am so sorry you had that experience. Please reach out to me personally so I can get you taken care of as soon as possible. Period. It takes all the fun out of fighting with you, right? What are they going to say at that point other than, okay? They might go, you're really a jerk, which rarely will people respond. You go, okay, well, please reach out to me in person and tell me what a jerk I am so I can try and not be such a jerk. Eventually, you look like the same person. They look crazy, and it's just fine. Okay. So that's how we're going to deal with people talking crap about you online, which still sucks. And I act all tough like it doesn't hurt my feelings. I got to tell you, I work so hard and love you guys so much. When someone does talk crap, still hurts my feelings. So that's one where I tell you, do what I say, not as I do. Try not to get your feelings hurt because it's silly. Hopefully you're serving so big in your community, they all love you, and you know that it's just BS. But like when I speak and I'll get 27 10s, you get 1 3 and you're like, oh my God, and you spin out, right? So that's something I got to work on as well. And that ability to control your mindset and choose how you respond to things is really important. So, all right, moving on. This is another huge lie that from the pit of hell that is absolutely not going to serve you or your business or your customers or anybody. When a customer leaves, they're so mad they're never going to come back. They obviously hated me or my employees, or we've done something. It's irreparable. They're dead to me forever. Couldn't be farther from the truth. Your best source of revenue is your current customers, not your less customers. It's your current customers. You can sell them more products. You can get referrals, not sell more products. You can bring more value to the world for additional money. You can get them to come more often, all that sort of stuff. Your second best source, and so many people spend so much time on Facebook ads and this and that, trying to get brand new strangers that don't know, like, or trust them to buy from them. And that's fine. We need some brand new strangers in our community periodically. But after clients, your second best source of new customers or revenue is your former clients, right? Because a lot of it is fear. I don't know, it's kind of the devil I know versus the devil I don't. They might be like, well, I'm really unhappy with my cleaning company, but maybe the next one's worse and it's going to be a headache and I don't know, right? So all that's gone. They know you don't lie or cheat or steal, and whatever the problem was, maybe it's still there, maybe it's not. So you gotta know that they are not irredeemable. And maybe 2%, right? Maybe there are 1 or 2 you have a screaming match with, or they're psycho. And again, we're talking about good customers. There's bad customers that leave or you fire. We don't want them back. I'm talking about good customers that you did, that were core values matched, they paid on time, everything's good. You want them back. Very rarely you can have a screaming match with them. Usually it was something, my brother-in-law opened a cleaning company, so I'm going to switch to him. There were budget cuts. There was some weird thing that had nothing to do with you, right? So the problem is, oftentimes they want to come back, but they're embarrassed, right? They go a month or 2 or 3 months and they're like, I think I've made a horrible mistake. But it would be kind of embarrassing to call Mike. I kind of knew him and he was nice, and I kind of treated him blah. And I feel weird. And then they just never come back, right? So the solution to that is, TJ says, when the camera's off, Mike cries like a baby. Oh wait, that's me. And maybe I cry too when the camera's off. I have feelings. Maybe depending on the day, maybe I'll cry sometime with the camera on. I think it'd be a fun show for everyone but me. So yeah, oftentimes I want to come back and they're embarrassed. So make it easy for them to come back. And the way that you do that is an automated customer reactivation system, right? Everything's a system. So you want to have it automated. And that's one of the things we teach in the Clean Profit Method. We actually have done for you emails that I've written of making it easy for them to come back, right? Telling them you miss them, you love them, you want to serve them. And again, you have to make sure you have a system to weed out. You don't want this going to people that you don't want, only the people that you do want. So an automated system, right? Because if it depends on you remembering to do something or buy them a gift or whatever, you won't remember. So you want an automated system that doesn't depend on you remembering something. You could be traveling and you've got these systems and processes bringing your old customers back. And oftentimes, believe it or not, having a bad experience out in the world is exactly what they needed to appreciate you, right? I don't know how many of you guys, maybe when you're dating, you dated a girl or a guy and it didn't work out and you didn't think much of it. And then you went on to date 7 consecutive psychos. And all of a sudden that one before, you're like, wow, maybe I should call that guy or gal up. So oftentimes them just dealing with, especially when it's price, especially on the commercial, when it's, oh, we got budget cuts, we got to go, they're cheaper. Man, those are your best prospects 1 to 6 months from now, because they're going to live the life of the cheap solution and go, oh, that's why they charge what they charge, because it's a totally different experience. So those can be your absolute best clients. Oftentimes your best salesperson is the new cheap guy, right? And again, they feel embarrassed because they're like, oh, I thought I could do different, and you told me at the time it was a bad idea, and now it is obviously a bad idea. So you could be right and be like, see, told you so. Or you can be rich and just be like, we miss you, we love you, what can we do to come back? So when a customer leaves, we have to get rid of the belief that they're never going to come back. We need to know that they oftentimes want to come back. We just have to have an automated system that makes it super easy, and realize they don't hate you. They're probably, depending on the quality of the next guy or gal or company, they might want you even more than before. You just need to make sure that you take charge. All right. Another thing is, this is one that kills me. I hear this on breakthrough sessions all the time. Makes me crazy. People, because we always talk about data, not drama. How many customers, inquiries, and bids and sales have you had over the last month? How many stops did you have? In my 80% of the time, well, we lost one, but it doesn't count because it wasn't our fault. And the question I ask is always the same. Great. So are they still sending you a check? And the response is always the same. No, they don't pay us anymore. Well, it doesn't matter whose fault it was. You were getting $1,200 a month, and now you're getting $0 a month. That's the reality. Your employees, your overhead, your rent, your whatever expenses you have aren't going to go, oh, I didn't realize that customer quit, but it wasn't your fault. Just pay us next month. That is never, ever, ever, never going to happen. So it's really important that we understand that they cost the same no matter whose fault it is. That said, we always want to internalize, right? Very rarely, I think 80% of the time, Simon says, sorry, Mr. Start, I'm in the UK. Can you send me the link to start? I am not that smart, Simon. If you subscribe to our Facebook page or join our Facebook group, I think you'll get all the links. Anna is on. She might be able to help you with that, but I am way too dumb to know how to give anyone a link. All right. So the reality is they cost the same, whether it's your fault, their fault, doesn't matter whose fault, right? But we always want to internalize. So very rarely, if they move 100 miles away or literally shut down and go bankrupt, I guess that could be your fault. But other than that, it's like, well, I always want to go, I didn't make a big enough impact in their life. So whenever this thing that happened, that wasn't my fault, happened, I was expendable, right? So we always want to make sure that to the best of our ability, we're internalizing. And one of the ways that we can do that is to have a steady stream of new accounts, right? So even Simon says, sorry. Yeah, you've exposed my total lack of technical ability. And I got to tell you guys, the UPS, all right. So the UPS guy just came up, and when he rings the bell, my dogs go nuts, and it was going to get super loud, but it didn't happen. He was kind. He just dropped off his package, left. The dogs don't know any, don't tell them, they'll start barking. It's awful. If you listen to enough lives, at some point you will hear the dogs go nuts. All right. So what the heck was I talking about? Yeah. So the best way to internalize and to own that problem of, well, it's not my fault, blah, 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 is to have a steady stream of new accounts, right? So sometimes, rarely, will it really be not our fault, so to speak, and we can't do anything about it. They're just going to leave. What we can do about it is how many do we have waiting in line to replace them? So the long story short is the best way to deal with loss of old accounts is to have a steady stream of new leads waiting in the wings, right? That takes this thing out of bad reviews. It fixes everything. And the beautiful thing is once you've got the systems, the processes in place to follow up with the customers that have lost, the reactivation system, and you've got a steady stream of new customers coming in, the cleaning world is your oyster, right? Once you can really have those kind of two things, you've got water coming into your boat. Wait, is that not right? Water going out? I don't know. It's a terrible analogy. You've got all your holes plugged, all your leaks plugged, right? So you've got new customers coming in and they're not going out the back door, right? Because if they're all going out the back door, now again, we're just in any regular business. We don't have the benefits of a cleaning business. But when you plug that leak and very few of them are going out the back door, and you've got a bunch of them coming in the new place, we're good. And the very few that come out the back door, as long as you got double or triple that coming in the front door, we're good. So once you get that done, like I said, the world is your oyster. Okay, the last thing I want to say is hopefully you guys are going, oh my gosh, there's some things I want to do. This is great, blah, blah, blah. And that's awesome. That's why I do these lives. The problem is we coach over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And my least favorite thing is people that go, oh, I've been listening to the podcast, to the lives, to the I've been watching your YouTube videos, whatever the case may be, and I love your stuff. My question is always, awesome. Tell me how your business, tell me the change. What's happened to your business? Oh, well, I haven't started yet. It's all great and I'm going to do it, but I haven't done a blessed thing. So no matter how good or not good the stuff that you hear here is, if you don't do anything about it, it is worthless, right? Knowing that systems are the key or processes are the key or how to deal with a customer, but not putting that system into place is worth the same as not knowing it at all, right? It's totally worthless. So if you were at the point you're like, no, today's the day, I've got to have something different in my business. I'm not going to live like this anymore. I do want systems and processes and freedom and be able to grow and really flex my financial muscles and not be worried about stuff. Go to growmycleaningcompany.com right now. The best place to start, I mean, there's all the stuff that we offer is there, but the best place to start is the absolutely complimentary on-demand training. It's less than an hour, I think. And we give you the best of the best of the best. That's where I would go. Please take action. I think if you sign up for that, it'll also sign you up to our email, where I can keep in touch and give you all the cool stuff that we're doing because we're constantly coming up with cool stuff. So please, please, please take action. Don't be one of the 90+% that go, that was great, I'm going to go live my life and do nothing and get no benefit. Be part of the 20% that goes, God bless it, today's the day. I've been living, and so many people I talked to on these breakthrough sessions, like I started my business like this. And I had high hopes. I was so passionate and so excited. But now I've lost hope, or I'm cleaning all the time, or I thought my life would look like this and it looks like that. And if you keep, obviously you've probably heard this before, you keep doing what you've been doing, you keep getting what you've been getting. So if you are tired and ready to get something different, please, please, please go to growmycleaningcompany.com, sign up for the free on-demand training. Let us serve you the way that we can. All right, we'll let Simon finish up. After 22 years doing it here, it's great to hear that we have very similar problems. Love the way you speak, and this could be a great excuse to make the trip to the U.S. We always love our UK, Australian, New Zealand friends. And Dina says it'll change your life, kids. Dina's one of our elite graduates and favorite human being. She and her husband are just super cool. All right, guys, gals, hopefully that was helpful. Can't wait to see you at the site. Talk soon. Thanks for tuning in to today's show. If you're fired up, ready to grow, and want to see if you have what it takes to work with us at Grow My Cleaning Company, here's what I want you to do right now. Go to growmycleaningcompany.com/talk. That's growmycleaningcompany.com/talk to book an appointment to speak with me personally. I'm going to jump on the phone with you to get you crystal clear on where you are now, where you want to be, and how to get you there. Don't walk around in the dark any longer. If you are serious about growing your cleaning company, it's time to finally get the systems in place that you need to grow. We've helped hundreds of owners of cleaning companies not only grow their business and their personal freedom, but give back to their community as well. If that's what you're looking for, head over to growmycleaningcompany.com/talk and book a time to talk with me personally. I can't wait to get to know you and your business.